Good morning. Well, as promised, today I'm going to talk about symbols, patterns, lines, dots, swirls, waves, and what they mean and what they represent and how they can be utilized to access the spirit realm. So, my entire life, I have been painting basically the same thing. Of course, there's been variations, and I've dabbled in all sorts of exploratory, artistic endeavors, but since I could hold a crayon, I've been painting figures, and I've been painting lines, dots, swirls, and the like, over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And my gosh, I'm 50. How old am I? I don't know. I'm 52 years old, I think. No, I think I'm 53. Heck, I don't know. I should pay more attention to that, I guess, since it's so relevant. Not really. So 53 years old, and I'm just starting to understand that there's a reason why I do this. And what I have discovered is that repetitive patterns are actually a mantra, or a prayer, or a request. And the more that I kind of explore this and look into it, the more powerful I realize that it really is. So once I started to come into an awareness of this fact, I started utilizing it more and more to receive messages. So messages from beyond the veil, messages from the spirit realm, messages from God, messages from my guides, from my ancestors, from angels, from wherever. But first and foremost, one of the most important things that I ever learned in my spiritual quest or journey was to form a relationship with a gatekeeper or a guide that is designed to protect and keep out negative energy, but really to keep you from going too far into the unknown based on your level of awareness of where you're at right now. So gatekeeper is the most important spirit guide that you can start off with, and protector. So protector, gatekeeper, sometimes they're one and the same. Sometimes it's a couple of different spirits, entities, energies. Sometimes it's several. Every single person's experience is different. And for me personally, I have one primary gatekeeper, a couple of different protectors, some healers, some messengers, and that's it right now. I'm still waiting for my teacher to appear, or teachers. I suspect that they've always kind of been there, but looking forward to having a primary teacher. So anyway, when we repeat a pattern over and over and over, we're basically requesting from the universe something. And if you're unaware of what it is that you're requesting, it's kind of like having an anonymous pen pal. So the question becomes, do you want an anonymous pen pal who's writing to you and sending you messages and giving you information? And maybe you do, I suppose. I personally don't. I would like to know who my pen pal is and what it is that they're inquiring about, or why they're delivering information and messages. So it's always a journey to get that kind of out of the way before we go exploring. So one of what I believe to be my purpose is, I think I have more than one purpose, lots of purposes, I guess, but one of my main purposes is to deliver messages. And I deliver messages via tarot, I don't need it, but I love the imagery and the symbolism and the history behind the tarot. So it's meaningful for me and kind of entertaining. But, you know, as long as I'm in your energy, I'm going to be able to pick up messages. As long as you've invited me in, you've said it's okay for me to do such. I'm a courteous, clairvoyant witch medium, which means I'm not going to go exploring in your psychic realm without your knowledge or consent. And I think that's also incredibly important. So, like I said, we're just doing little tiny videos to talk about my process and maybe shed some light on your own spiritual journey. I don't know. I mean, all of us are so different. God only knows, right? But I like the idea of documenting, kind of having a little digital diary about where this is all going, because, you know, everything changes and unfolds, and man, who knows where it's going? I don't have a clue. So I'm just showing up for the ride and doing the best that I can to be conscientious and to be aware of not only the ramifications, but the responsibilities. Lots of responsibilities when you go exploring out into other realms, right? So for me, painting has been the primary avenue to open up the spirit realms. It's different for everyone. Everyone finds their own modality or way of communicating, but this is my little exploratory process. So the takeaway for today is, if you're dabbling in the unknown, make sure that you've developed a relationship with your protectors and your gatekeepers. That is the most important thing. And there's like 18,000 different tutorials on that if you Google it. Some are total garbage and some are really good. And, you know, pray and ask which ones are the ones you should be exploring further. It's such an individual journey. I mean, I can't ever stress that enough. So, you know, inside of yourself, inside of your soul, if you're traveling down the right path, and if you're not, it's going to feel, if it feels weird or awkward or, you know, it's not a good fit, then don't go down that path. Because you will know inside of yourself once you learn to trust yourself. All right, that's all for today. Hope you have a fantastic time, and we'll continue working on this painting. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, the next day. Who knows? Whenever it strikes. All right.